since my teens. I've had pretty regular struggles with depression, sort of on a cycle. So I'd do well for a couple years, and then I'd slip back into it. And this last one was pretty bad. I'd been struggling for a couple years. Just feelings of hopelessness and trapped. And
Did you have insights here about the causes of this depression?
I did, yes. I think for me, I liked the shadow workshop the most, and it was a series of questions that you answered. And when I was first answering, I tried to be, as honest as I could. But as I read the whole thing, it seemed like I was answering completely different questions. Like they didn't seem like they went together. It seemed like every question I was tuning into a different issue. So then, I kind of pondered it for the night. I like the fact that there's lots of time to think between the workshop and actually going, because I'm not very good at fast thought. I've always been a ponderer rather than a decision maker. So then after, kind of pondering on the issues, I saw better the way, even though they were scattered, there was still a central kind of thread of, specifically, like I realized my tendency for self-criticism is a defensive mechanism where I'm trying to preemptively criticize myself before other people can criticize me, so that I can be like, well, I already know that, So, yeah.
And what is the purpose?
Of this, just being very vulnerable to criticism. I think I've always been that way, that, I can't not take it very personally.
When you were a child, you decided that you are not good enough.
Yeah, I was usually kind of the stranger in my social groups, and I think I just sort of took on that role. And just relished in that
So
position.
constantly you were saying bad things to yourself.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's true or not, but more negative and against yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that you were like brainwashing you.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
you were doing it to yourself.
Yes.
So of course the results will not be good. Do you think that now you are more aware of the dialogue inside of your head?
Yeah, I think so, and it's quieted down. Like it seemed like before, just, literally an extra voice in my head was there. And it still pops back up, but it seems overall silent a lot more often than it used to be. Yeah.
Do you think that if you continue practicing these techniques, you can eventually love your inner child unconditionally?
It would take some time, but yeah, I think I too felt like I was in school, and that I wouldn't have got the second message until I understood the first.
Do you have
so
children?
Do I? No, I don't.
Not yet, but imagine you have a child, and you love your child, and you want to educate your child to be prepared for life, and to be happy and to be productive. So you will encourage your child to do things, even making mistakes, because it's normal to make mistakes. When you are learning, you make more mistakes. So, but each time you are encouraging this child, okay, you failed, next time will be better, you are learning, it's okay, just play. In this way, the child will grow, okay, I can experiment, I can play with life, it's not that bad if I made a mistake. So the child is strong, will be more adventurous, more curious. But if you are telling the child, every time he's making a mistake, you are wrong, this is bad, of course the child will give up and will be completely depressed. I don't want to do nothing. I want nothing. So it's that. So imagine the protection this child needs and the unconditional love you can give to this child, encouraging him. So what you were doing before with all this negativity, you have to stop and change it to positive. You can do it. You made a mistake, it doesn't matter. Next time it will be better. Just do it, just be playful, enjoy it. This type of, all the time, and you are doing another brainwash, but this time productive. But it's the same.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you think, whatever you believe is true.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you put in the program, in the chip, is true. If you're lying, it will be a true for you. So if you know this, what is better to believe? That I am unuseful or that can be productive and intelligent?
Right. Certainly the second.
Yeah, so you
option.
need to be awake to realize, what am I saying now?
Mm-hmm.
Don't catch yourself when you are lying. No, it's not true. Kate, would you like to share your experience with healing and therapies, if you
Yeah.
want to share what happened, because I think this will help a lot of people in similar situations.
So, for over 25 years, I've been in and out of hospitals, inpatient treatment, residential treatment, partial programs, therapy, tons of medications.
What happened? What was the problem?
So it was for eating disorder treatment. I used an eating disorder really to cope with all my traumas. And over these last, like I said, 20 plus years, over 25 years, I certainly made progress, but I was still extremely stuck, and still eating disorder was very present. Trauma is still there, and I felt sort of desperate that I needed to try something else, and I decided that ayahuasca, there seemed to be a calling to it, and coming here, never in my wildest dreams, I hoped, but I never thought it was possible. But with the ayahuasca experiences, the clinical skills that you have, Sylvia, and how you integrate it through the workshops, and utilizing the techniques, and having the support of an incredible group, being in this magical place, I truly feel healed and free for the first time, and it is just absolutely mind-boggling, really.
You were skeptical before coming here because you had a
Yeah.
lot of experience,
Oh,
25 years of therapy.
Yeah.
So
I had, I came because I still had hope that maybe recovery and healing was possible. So it was kind of like, let's give it one last shot. Let's try this crazy thing.
but you were putting more your hope in ayahuasca because must be very strong.
Right.
So what did
But-
you discover when you come here? What was new, different?
It allowed me, the ayahuasca and the workshops and everything allowed me to see that, it allowed me to let go of my past. It allowed me to love myself and feel like I could stop punishing myself.
But more than let go, not only let go, you heal trauma and then you let go.
Right.
It's not that I don't want to remember,
No,
let
no,
go. No.
Right, I felt like I
You
healed.
confront, you do things.
Yes, confront is a good word. Yeah, I felt like I confronted it, healed from it, and I took back the power and the control. So I don't need the eating disorder for the power and control and the punishment anymore.
Did you discover what was the relationship between the trauma and the food issues? In your case, for example, how was functioning that?
I think I'd already known that I use the food issues, the body issues. It's a way to, like I said, I think to punish myself, to feel numb, to feel control, all of which truly makes you out of control. But yeah, like I said, now I don't feel like it's needed anymore.
So you were feeling guilty before of whatever happened.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a shame component, and that's certainly gone now.
So you needed to punish yourself because you were ashamed. So you needed punishment.
Yeah. And not loving myself and my body. And again, I mean, I think some of that is, it's not that everything's totally gone, you know, like Jeremiah said, it takes time, but like I said, I feel free, and that I can now continue healing and have a full recovery that I never thought was possible.
There was a particular insight or moment in any of the workshops that you said that was like the key to open the door?
No, I think I built upon it.
Mm-hmm.
The ayahuasca ceremonies with the workshops, it just all built upon each other, like we were saying in school, you keep learning.
I think there was a moment,
Yeah.
but you were not expressing what you needed. That I think was very important, because after that you wanted to eat something because your pressure was low, but you were not asking.
Right.
So you were expecting that I have to guess, no? And we had a conversation about this, and then you changed it.
Absolutely.
You started talking. I need this.
Right. But that was
Explain.
you were a big key in that, because you really did show me I needed to use my voice, and that it's okay to use my voice. And I feel like I have that back. So yes, you're right. That's pretty essential.
Good. So you are starting empowering yourself, because it was always there. You were not using it.
Right.
How many nationalities we have in the retreat?
Oh my gosh.
11, probably.
Something like that, sure.
I think 11 different nationalities.
Yeah.
Only this one.
Yeah. And we're all the same. Like, we all have different, it shows up differently, but we're all
The only
doing the
thing
same
is
work.
we cannot talk about conspiracy, religion,
No.
politics.
It's not
It doesn't
necessary.
matter. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. That's why we are souls sharing this experience.
Yeah, and everybody learns something new from another person who previously never met from
Yeah.
Japan or the other side of this planet.
Well, not only that, like,
Powerful.
having the group experience for me, at moments where I was like, wow, I'm kind of in this, because it can get a little mucky as you're going through the learning, is I could see in the other people, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're brighter, they're more confident. I could see their healing, and I had to believe it's working for me too, you know, before, when my belief needed to be built. And I think it's really useful to see the transformation in other people every day. And you see sort of that, the power of the work that's being done. It's really transformative.
Would you like to share something that can be beneficial for others?
It is. I would come only for the food.
Are you vegetarian or vegan?
No.
No. So it was
It's
new
no
for
problem.
you to eat 11 days just pure vegan food.
It's no problem. Yeah.
Yeah, with a good combination, the herbs.
Yes.
It tastes
Yeah.
very good.
Yes,
It's not that.
definitely.
I would add that I think if anyone's concerned, because especially families can be worried about, you're going to do ayahuasca, what? You're going where?
Yeah.
It's completely the safest place. And someone who has a long history of trauma and difficulty with trust, I felt 1,000%
Yeah.
safe and nurtured and secure. It's well organized. It's gorgeous. Everything about it is just completely worth coming here.
Yeah, I echo that. I mean, especially, you know, the response I got from a lot of people coming from the States was there was a lot of fear around it, and safety, and safety of the ayahuasca. And I would just say the same thing, that, you know, it is a very thoughtful process here. Everything has been very thought out, from the ceremonies to your care in between the ceremonies to the transportation. I mean, you're very held. And Sylvia has been doing this a very long time. We all felt called, and everyone here, there's 19 of us, 19, 20, 18? 18 of us. Everyone's like, yep, I was supposed to be here. Like, follow it, and just trust.
Do you think now that you would recommend ayahuasca to a loved one?
Yeah, in fact, I don't want to push it on them. I have to wait for them to ask, because it's so powerful. It's so transformative. I wish I would have done this. Well, cancel that. it came when it was supposed to come.
Yeah.
But had this opportunity come 20 years ago, and I would have healed 20 years ago, the suffering that I would have saved myself, and the
in the right set and setting, because 20 years ago probably you will buy another,
true.
make another contract.
That's true. It's actually
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So
With ayahuasca
Of
included.
course, yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is the thing. There are different contexts where you can drink ayahuasca, different systems, different methods.
mm-hmm.
Here, my belief is that each of us have power. Some of us are not using the power because the connection is broken. So I want to teach how to connect the connection. And then
Yes.
you use your power. You take your own decisions. I don't want to convince you to do nothing. I don't want to convert you. We don't teach doctrine here. We accept people from all the religions,
Yeah.
and this is about empowerment.
Can I add one more thing that I
Of
think is
course.
really important? Is I know in the States right now it's really popular to go away to places for a night or a day, and you drink with somebody that knows what they're doing, and I think that's so wrong. This is really powerful medicine, and without the tools and the guidance and everything, I have many people I know who did it once and are like, I will never do that again. Well, of course, they weren't in the right set, they weren't in the right setting, and they weren't given the tools to be self-empowered, and they not only didn't have a great experience, they've decided they don't like that medicine, and they've lost an incredible opportunity. And so I think that's one of my strongest things is I feel really strongly that you have to be in the right place with people that have really know and worked with this medicine for a very long time. They know exactly how to navigate it, and that nobody in that setting is the one taking the power. The setting has to encourage you to be empowered. You are the healer. The medicine is the facilitator. The people there are facilitating, and I feel really strongly about that. So
And need time, because
Yes.
in one or two
One, two ceremonies is not
it's
enough.
touch and go.
I did not feel fully like I turned the corner of this particular retreat's learnings until the fifth ceremony. If I would have left at 1, I would have been a wreck. 3, 4, good. 5, I was like, okay, I came what I need to for now. It's time to go practice that. Anything less, I don't think would have been. I would have left a little fragile. Yeah, for me.
I would like to also add to thank you all the teachers who lead us in this whatever spirituality is in that path, like Eckhart Tolle or Joe Dispenza, or those kind of persons who showing what are you really capable of. It don't matter which way you use, and then we arrive in like places like here, and we understand that part. It's if you feel the calling, so go for it, but don't go for a place that you drink for one night. You don't know who they are. Probably they call them shamans. They have no idea, or I don't know. So I don't want to say yes or different, but dedicate time. So it's not so much money compared how you can grow.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
sharing. My pleasure. Was so nice to have you here to share with you all this time.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
so grateful for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you to you.
Thank you too.